Hey, this is Nathaniel back with coding-bootcamps.com, and in this video we are going to be talking about the Mongo CLI again. So this is a very short section. It's only one video, and we're going to get back into our Mongo CLI by typing the Mongo command. And we're going to revisit a command that we actually did in section 1 to show our available databases. So we're going to say show DBS. So like we talked about here, we have a few default databases, admin and config and local, should all come out of the box with your MongoDB installation. And I've created 5 databases: DB, MyDB, MyDB1, MyDB2, and MyDB3, which is the one that we've been talking about and using throughout this tutorial. So let's try to perform an administrative task here in the Mongo CLI. Now that we've gotten the hang of reading and writing some data to MyDB3. So again, I'm going to illustrate how useful the help command is. I'm going to type help, and I'm going to get a list of methods that are available for the database. Help on DB methods. Now if we look here, there is a command down here called db.serverStatus. So I'm just going to copy this command, and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to run it. Now there's a lot of data here that gets dumped out, and the more familiar you get with Mongo, and the better you get, you will be able to make use of more and more of this data and understand what's going on here. And I'm sure a lot of this data is more useful. Some of this data is a lot more useful than other data, and we're going to be talking about one bit of data in here. And I'm just continuing to scroll all the way up to where we started, where I ran this command db.serverStatus. What we're going to talk about are the connections that are established and available and have been created with our Mongo server. If we go down here, we see that we have a connections JSON block, and we see that we have one current connection, which is actually our current connection to the Mongo CLI. If we had a script running right now that was connected to our database and was running somewhere, whether locally or in the cloud, that was inserting data and reading data like we've been doing in the past section, then we would have 2 connections. We'd have one for that application or script, and we'd have one for us right now in the Mongo CLI. This shows our total created connections over time since the server was first instantiated. There have been 63 connections. Each time we run that script, each time we use the Mongo CLI, this number goes up. So that's some useful information from an administrative perspective about Mongo, and should come in handy really frequently. Again, there's a lot of useful information in here. Note the host that we're running on, the version of Mongo we're using, and there's a lot more. So I definitely encourage you to run this command. Just kind of peruse through and see anything interesting, even if you're not really super familiar with a lot of the stuff you see here. You might see some stuff that you recognize, and it might be a good learning opportunity to go through this. So with that said, we're going to end this video and this section. I hope that this gives you more of an idea of some of the administrative things you can do from the Mongo CLI. That gives you more control over your Mongo server and a better understanding of what's actually going on in here, and how is your script that you're writing actually interacting with Mongo. Great, and I will see you in the next section where we're going to talk more about querying data. Thanks.